All right, man. All right, man. Let's get to it. All right. Connie, can you hear me? I can't hear Connie. You're muted. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show. While Connie figures out her show. Welcome to the Win in Real Estate Show. I'm Anthony Glenn. I am your host, and guess what, man? I'm going to be talking about Grant Cardone and the Veteran Wealth Formula Recap, our partnership with Grant and Elena Cardone. And I'm super excited for you guys. Let me go ahead and make Ian Jensen the moderator. We're on all social media platforms. We're going to talk to you guys about this long journey, this long 20-year journey, guys. 20-year journey. Y'all hear that, right? 20 years. Man. Got to put some gunshots in there, man. 20 years. 20 years, guys. Listen. I'm your host. My name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. We have a vertically integrated real estate company. We got a magnificent show today. I have no other than Constance Carlisle that is in the building. And we're going to talk about how we got into real estate and how we partnered with Grant and Elena Cardone. And we're going to tell you the entire journey of how we started. And I want you guys to answer as many questions as you possibly can. Okay, so you'll be able to, guys, we're live on all social media platforms. We're live on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse, all Christian Mingles, the whole nine, guys. So I'm super excited to have you guys with us on the show. Connie, can you let the people know who you are and what you do, please?
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Constance Carlisle. I am a mortgage and real estate broker in Southern California. I help manage our real estate company as well as branch manager of our mortgage company. So I do kind of all the things around here. I love educating. Been in the business for over well, this journey's been start 20 years, and then actually in the business over 17. And just really excited to be here and kind of share what we have going on and getting the word out and kind of how we started and how we got to where we are now.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just joining the show, if you go to anthonysocial.com, okay, you'll be able to click on the YouTube channel. We want to tell you guys how this partnership came about. First and foremost, let's talk about what Cardone Veterans is. It's personal and professional development for military spouses, number one. Number two, it's a VA loan masterclass where we help you win in real estate utilizing the VA home loan benefit, whether you want to partner or buy multi-units. Okay, and then it's also business development with the Veteran Wealth Formula with the 5 pillars of generational wealth. Basically, teaching you guys how to invest in your first piece of real estate. Okay, number two, how do you partner with a veteran utilizing your VA home loan benefits by our VA Loan Masterclass? Number three, how do you structure your business around the VA home loan benefit? Okay, so for those of you who are looking that own property and you're looking to invest in other assets, right? We'll show you guys how to partner with the VA home loan benefit and then take it to the next level with buying multi-units and then transitioning in the entire setup of utilizing your corporate structure to get government contracts, putting your property into trust, how to vet contractors, the whole nine. That's called the Veteran Wealth Formula. And Connie, let's go back to 2006. I'm gonna go ahead and let you kick it, man, so people can kind of know how all of this came about and how we started on this journey.
Okay, awesome. Well, as a military spouse at the time, it was really important that, we shared this information because it was something that we're able to accomplish in our own lives.
I can't hear Connie on Clubhouse.
Okay. All right. Good to go. You can't hear Connie on Clubhouse? Okay. Go ahead.
Right,
Keep
well,
kicking
No, sir.
Oh, okay. So the information was, it
You
was
want me
like
to run it for a
almost,
second, Tony? Sorry, I didn't understand that.
No, you good. No,
Yeah,
we
okay.
got it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead, Connie. I can hear you.
yes. So it was almost like this information was a secret, and you just had to, if you knew about it, then you knew
Click
about
the
it.
YouTube link at the top.
And so it was just one of those weird things, especially being in a military community, that this information was not readily available. Now, I was kind of a non-traditional, spouse where I had already purchased a home. I was already in real estate, an investor, if you will, straight out of graduate school. So, kind of was I already knew, I just knew because of just knowing
Clubhouse.
because of my life
Check
experience.
Clubhouse.
And so I found that it was, very interesting that this information was not available. So in transitioning my careers from corporate into real estate, then you see a need, you feel a need. And so it really, really just started off with very simple, thought process of how can we help veterans invest their BAH and just basically buy a home, create shelter, right? So it was a very, very, very simple conversation. And at that time, we were very simple in our mindset of being real estate or just home owners, I should say, because that was where our mindset was at the time. So as you get into the market and obviously get into the industry, you learn more things, and then you learn how can you, move around and use the little bit that you have and multiply it into a lot, right? So that is really where it grew. Our knowledge of investing in real estate grew over time,
Mm-hmm.
So, it was, that's what is really cool about the evolution of kind of where things were to where things are now, because our what we're able to share with others is growing as we're doing it ourselves and being connected. And also social media wasn't, I know, don't let the smooth skin fool you, but social media was not even a thing when we
Yes.
got started. It was not a thing. And so this was literally, I mean, we would go, door by door. We would drive around, the base putting up flyers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
to look at even where the marketing was then, because I still do have some of the marketing pieces, and to where we are now, it's so amazing, and how the conversation also has elevated, the level of sophistication has elevated, the creativity has elevated, from where things started to where we are now. But it literally just started by seeing a need and figuring out a way to fill that need, literally with just kitchen conversations with other military families. And so it just really grew and blossomed into, what you see today. And I think one of the key things, especially as a spouse, is that we even at that time, we had all of these different things and groups and organizations and things that could keep you connected, but never talked about money management and never talked about home ownership, never talked about the things in some ways that really are critical, that really do matter to really any home, but especially military families, because the income is so fixed, time is fixed, income is fixed, and in some ways opportunities can appear to be fixed,
Now,
but
Connie,
as
we
you
can't give
know
them too much. Now we gotta give them little nuggets, man. You right now you on the
I know but
you gotta you,
I
you
know but
gotta keep it a little shorter,
but
Jack. You know what I'm saying?
but this goes this goes into why our relationship with the Tenex family, with the Cardone family, has been so instrumental to then be able to analyze and take a look at some of those things and create opportunities and ways to not feel so fixed. So I'll leave it there, and I'll turn it back over to you, Anthony. But definitely has been a labor of love, and definitely have has its seasons, but very passionate and very meaningful, to us, because we've literally walked the steps. We've been in the shoes, of those who we are serving. So very excited about
Outstanding.
that.
And the reason why we want to bring this to you guys, remember, anthonysocial.com if you guys are here. And for those of you, if you want to look at us live, we are live on TikTok and all of the social media platforms. Click the link above my head. Today, we're going to be talking about how we actually landed a partnership with Grant and Elena Cardone. And then also, we're going to give you guys a journey of where we started at. And then Albert, put a 1 in the chat if you're on Clubhouse and you guys could hear us. We want to make sure that you guys could hear us across all social media platforms. And we're going to talk about this. Again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Winning Real Estate Show. And today we're discussing how we were able to partner with Grant and Elena Cardone on the show today. I just lost Connie. So for those of you that are on the show, put a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure that you guys hear the feedback and all of everything from both of us, okay? And then make sure that Connie has her phone charged. And then here's one of the things that we did, and I'll kind of tell you how this program came about, okay? So what happened was in 2022. Okay, I got on Clubhouse on 2020, I believe it was 2020, and I was rocking out on Clubhouse, basically kicking ass and taking names about the VA home loan benefit. Okay. Then from there, what that led to is Grant hearing me. Okay. So basically, what happened is Grant said, you know what? The coolest thing that I ever, and I'm not gonna tell you guys I wasn't nervous. Okay. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys and tell you how this came about. I was nervous as hell. Okay. So I was on social media rocking out about the VA home loan benefit. Grant sent me a message saying that he wants to know more about the VA benefit. And guess what he said? I want to help. Okay. He wasn't trying to figure out how he can ask for money. He wanted to actually help more veterans. He said to have a immense amount of respect for veterans and military families. And then from there, I we went to we went back to we Grant basically said, let me send you some information. And I had a Zoom call with Elena and Grant. And this is what's cool about that family, right? And I'm telling you guys how everything happened. What was really cool about that family is that I got on a Zoom call, and I share a story with you because Connie will remember this. Okay. So when I set up the meeting, I couldn't get the Zoom to work. You remember that? I couldn't get the Zoom to work. So the first meeting that I had with Elena and Grant Cardone, okay, a billionaire, by the way, I had all of this stuff I had planned for. I was all nervous and everything else. I set up the Zoom. I had the Zoom link. They couldn't get in. And we were like 30 minutes late. And then I thought I blew my opportunity. I laid on the couch and started crying. I'm like, oh, Connie, the Zoom wasn't working. They was on here. And let me tell you, I laid down and I prayed. I said, I just blew my opportunity to tell them because we have been working so diligently on trying to help veterans. And I was so nervous. I laid down. I cried. I said, man, I blew it. I freaking blew it. I blew the opportunity to partner with Grant. I was late to my Zoom. The Zoom wasn't working. And come to find out, I got a phone call. Actually, they sent a message saying, hey, we need to, how about we reschedule? But what was really happening is Grant was actually late to the meeting. Okay. And then we ended up having that meeting 30 minutes later. Okay. He got on the Zoom call. It was him and Elena. They were at their house. They said, hey, how can we help veterans? We really want to launch something for veterans, by veterans. And you're our guy. We really like your character. And how can we help? How can we be a part? Now, take this. Now, let's talk about, I want to talk about this because this is funny how the universe works. Connie, I want to ask you a question. What was the beginning? Tell me the grassroots of us doing the VA loan boot camps. Can you talk about that real quick? Because I want people to kind of know where this all started at.
Yes. So, well, there's two things. One, we did start on, we were invited on base to, to kick the information. But we literally, our slideshow and our little invites were something we created ourselves, printed in the office. And, we really just started like that. I mean, we were invited to spaces through clients that, really enjoyed the information. And then we started teaching on base. But what was really, really fun about it at that time is that we would literally write down addresses from like literally drive around Camp Pendleton and Miramar to base housing and write down address. And I do have to give a shout out to Anthony
Anthony.
Reynolds.
Yep.
Yes, to Anthony Stretch Reynolds, who was, my partner in crime at the time, who really helped. I mean, we had some really great people who started with us, and still great people now. But it was literally like door knocking, trying to
Mm-hmm.
get the word out, inviting out. And then we would also, have we did it at a hotel a couple of times off
Yep.
base. And literally the invites were putting flyers up on the poster, on the message boards, throughout the base, and just really getting the information to anybody who was willing to share. But again, we barely even invites were not even a thing.
Nope. What was it?
Facebook was not a thing. Instagram was non-existent. I don't even know if Twitter was around at the
No.
time.
No, it
I mean,
wasn't.
you know, so literally it was like grassroots efforts in the most grassroots of ways, and just really getting out there and making it happen. And I think one of the things too it just shows is you really can't, if you have an idea, you just have to go for it.
Right. And
Never, you just have to go for it.
And then this is the part that I want to do. And Anthony, if you guys could, Anthony, Ian, if you guys could do me a favor and get on YouTube and then post a YouTube channel, because it's going to be elongating on the screen. But guys, if you go to anthonysocial.com and click on the YouTube channel, we are live. Okay. And the reason why we're telling you guys this stuff is because we want to talk about the Veteran Wealth Formula and how it all started. Okay. And then we're going to go back and we're going to tell you guys how everything happened. So let me tell you a little bit about that also came about. So I was on Clubhouse and there's a guy named Jonathan Bing, and basically Jonathan Bing was allowing me to talk about the VA home loan benefit in the mortgage syndicate. Okay, and shout out to him, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. I always got to give props to where props is due. So me cooking on there led to us creating the Winning Real Estate movement, which was the Winning Real Estate movement is actually how to get more realtors understanding the VA home loan benefit through our VA loan certificate. And then also that is to coach agents. So basically they're turning to the YouTube channel. And then basically from there, in the Million Marathon with Nelson Apega, Grant Cardone was doing a Shark Tank. Okay. So he did a Shark Tank. I basically went up and I said, hey, my name is Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor, veteran of 20 years. I want to bring more veterans into the 10X community to learn multi-units in exchange for me bringing veterans into your space. I don't want any money. I just want to learn and help. And then he said he comped me tickets for all of the events. I went to all of those events and didn't know where I was going to end up at. And then it ended up calling it 10X Vets. I presented that idea to them. And then there's a Kirkland brand 10X Vets. So we had to change that name to Cardone Veterans Group. And that's how this all got started. And this was a year in the making. So the reason why we wanted to talk to you guys about that is because Grant and Elena are really thoroughly immersed in helping us reach 21 million. Everybody put 21 million in the chat. Put 21 million in the chat. Put 21 million. We are going to help veterans invest with real estate, 21 million veterans. Okay, so for those of you that are in the listening lounge on Clubhouse, I see German, Sahid, Kyler, Bam, Matthew, Lucy, Kay, Elizabeth, Christian. Please raise your hand and get on stage because I want to communicate with you guys and I want to open it up for questions. Does anybody have any questions before we continue to roll on? Because I want you guys to know that the very first event, we had 315 people. That was veteran and military families. That's the first event that we had. The second event that we had was a in-person event. We had 400 plus for that event. And in the third event, we had, I think, 14,000 people that are name, phone number, and email addresses that have registered or something like that. So it's been an immense amount of growth. And essentially what we're here to do is teach veterans how to invest and also teach them how to run a business. Okay. So if that's you and you guys want more information about that, that's the Veteran Wealth Formula, where we help you win in real estate and that business. That's essentially what it is. And Connie, breaking news. Can we put a fire emoji in the chat? Because Connie is also launching a military spouse movement. Connie, can you touch on that a little bit, please? Connie, you froze.
There we go.
All right.
Yes. Okay, I'm back. So we're really excited about that part, and we're launching, excuse me, 10X military spouses, and so we're super duper excited about it. We have two very clear areas. One is we're really going to be honing in and helping those military spouses who are interested in getting into real estate on how to get into real estate, how to partner with us, how to, really and do what, many of us have done over the years, because it is definitely a portable profession. So no matter where you are, domestically in the US and even internationally, there is a spot for you to excel in real estate. So we are here to support, spouses and in finding that voice if that's what they're interested in. We're also going to be doing a lot of personal development, business development, and just helping with mindset of how do you start a business or how do you find a employment that is going to work for your lifestyle and help you meet the goals of your family. Too many times we have to sacrifice. And again, remember what I said at the beginning, you have resources, financial resources and time, which are two of the biggest things that we have. So we have to learn how to manage that wisely, and the opportunities that are out there. And many times we just don't know what we don't know. So we have definitely partnered with Mrs. Cardone. She is super excited about supporting us in that, and also aligning with her 10X Ladies platform and all of the wonderful things that they're doing in that community, and how we can bridge the gap for military spouses. And so there's going to be so many creative and fun and a lot of great programming that will be coming to a computer near you for virtual opportunities, and also a city near you as we grow this movement. So we're really, really excited really about bridging that gap and being effective in that space.
Now, also for those of you that are here, it's pretty cool because I see a lot of people that are on here. And Anthony, I'm going to invite you. And guys, we're on all social media platforms. If you click the link above my head, you'll see us on live in our studio. Guys, this is a virtual and in-person event. We typically will be holding these at 805 College Boulevard, Suite 103. We can only fit 55 people in that space, but we'll be doing these monthly. Okay, and then it's what it is number one, it's the VA loan. Okay, Cardone Veterans Group is two portions. Number one is the Veteran Wealth Formula, where it's the VA Loan Masterclass, and then the second portion of that is the building a business. Okay, so how do you structure a business? How do you set up your corporate structure? How do you put stuff into trust? How do you get business lines of credit? How do you underwrite properties as a veteran? How you as a non-veteran can partner with veterans also. Okay, so that's all tied up into one little piece. That's called the Veteran Wealth Formula. Okay, and then also how do you do multi-unit investing? How can you use the bridge the gap from buying single-family homes and then not just stopping there? How can you leverage your equity? How can you put money into joint ventures? Okay, how can you do everything in regard to investing with your VA home loan benefit to get into real estate and transitioning into real estate into a business person so you can get passive income with that. Okay, and then we teach you about the 5 generational wealth building tools, which is real estate, corporate structures, okay, pension plans, life insurance policies, and trust. Okay, we talk about all of that stuff, and that's what the Veteran Wealth Formula is. The second portion of that is, okay, now that you have your house, how do you protect it? How do you get the business lines of credit? How do you leverage yourself with the business lines of credit to get into other assets? How do you hire your kids in your business? How do you take advantage of the tax benefits? All of that stuff is the Veteran Wealth Formula, and that's what we talk about. Okay, and then lastly is the military spouse personal professional development with 10X military spouses. This is personal professional development for military spouses to either get in business, okay, become a loan officer or a realtor, okay, in our incubator, or just networking with military spouses in business, or if you just want to be around women that are doing some amazing things, okay, you could be a part of that or support that. Now, listen, you do not have to be a veteran. You just need to know one, okay? Because if you know one, you can help us advance this movement. Or if you're a realtor and you want to support us, you could be a part of our national military movement with Grant and Elena Cardone. Connie, now let's go back. Now, for those of you that are on the show, Shay, Jacob, Bree, thank you for support. Kyler, thank you for your support. Really appreciate you guys. Who has questions or comments before I go to Connie? Okay, and then Ian, if you can do me a favor, have Anthony come on TikTok on the live. I just sent him an invite. And for those of you that are on TikTok, if you have questions, raise your hand and come on the stage if you have questions about the event, or type your questions in the chat. If you're on Instagram or YouTube, we will answer any questions that you may have. Jacob, thank you for joining the show, man. How you doing today?
Hey, Tony. I'm great. Happy to be here. A shout out to Ian and Alexis for bringing me on stage, and everybody in the listening audience. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm in California here in the Bay Area, and I help people with a technological tool that's mathematically can precisely pay down their mortgage and all of their debt in record time. And so I'm at 50 years old, and my dad was he was a Vietnam pilot. He flew Cobras in the Vietnam, and then he was in Coast Guard for 20 years. So I was a military dependent, my whole up until I was 18, and thought I might do that path, but I'm more of a creative type, and I am happy to show up and help people, help with what I know about health and wellness. And now, as I'm looking at my life, I'm realizing how important money and finances, especially going through a cancer issue. And so I just really want to help people. So I'm always about sharing the good news and sharing what works. So that's why I keep coming around this community and connecting with you guys. And I'm here to serve as well. So much love. Back over to you guys.
Well, Jacob, I want to say something to you. I'm going to send out a prayer to you to say we appreciate you showing up to the show each and every day and coming and support. And I'll tell you something, man. My Connie will tell you how close I was to my father. He passed away in 2010 with cancer, and if it wasn't for him, me seeing all of the things that I saw and the things that he did. And I'll share a story with you guys. One of the main reasons why we're doing this stuff is to bring awareness to how you can protect yourself. Because I didn't inherit any property from my father's buying property because he didn't have his affairs in order when he passed away. He had a will, but he didn't have his properties in a trust. And me and my sister didn't inherit anything. So we're the biological kids. And the reason why I say that stuff is because these are the reasons why we're doing this stuff. You know that less than 5% of U.S. military people invest in real estate while they're on active duty. And the reason why the military doesn't tell you this stuff is because they want you interdependent on re-enlisting, giving you just enough money to make it by. Okay. They don't now, and this is a fact. And then I'm gonna pass it to Connie. And guys, you guys feel free. Bree, Kyler, thank you for joining us. Then I want to give a special shout out to Kyler that's on the show right now because Kyler just sold. He's used his VA loan multiple times and made over $280,000. He is a person that is on stage, and I hope he can speak. Kyler, are you here? Can you speak real quick?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, Kyler, I just want to say, can we put a congratulations in the chat for somebody who took advantage of the benefits? And I just want to wish you. He did graduate from the Veteran Wealth Formula. He was there at the event. He was at the initial VA loan Masterclass, and he has went all the way through the process. So that means that he's purchased, used the VA loan. Did you do an Earl when you were in your first property, Kyler, or no?
Yeah, we did 2 Earls there.
Okay, so 4 VA loans basically is what you've used.
Correct.
Okay, can you run us through that, because we have a real live testimonial on the stage right now. Can you just run us through that so people can hear your story, and then tell us how you were able to start a business, and then now you're out of the Marine Corps, and some of the things that you've been able to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So it all started at drill instructor school with you doing the VA Masterclass. During that time, we were renting, and like I was talking to Ian about yesterday, at that time, my wife and I had just gotten married. We were living more or less basically paycheck to paycheck. And when we started looking at buying a house and what the difference would be between renting and purchasing at the time, it was only like, $50 a month difference. So we went and bought a house with you and your team. And then from there, that house just exploded in equity over the 2 years. And we were able to sell it and, from there pay off all our debt. And it completely, changed the trajectory of our life, where we were able to start this business and then buy another house. That house built equity over a year, and then, life got in the way, life changed. So we were able to sell it, sold that house. And then just yesterday we sold the business as well.
So listen, wait. Okay. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys think that is so dope.
What?
Okay.
You sold the business, Kyler? Congratulations.
Yes, he sold the
And
sold The business. Now, see, that was one that we wasn't ready for. Okay, so we're a little upset about that because Kyler was a home inspector with us, and I'm a little bit salty because we didn't want him to
Yeah.
leave. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was like, man, I don't want to even get no other home inspector. Like, so put a one in the chat if you guys want him to unpack that because this is the type of stuff that we're talking about. Now, number one,
And
what
that time frame, can I just that time frame was how long? I mean, like from kind of the first purchase to you moving now. What was that time frame in years, Kyler?
We bought our first house in November of 2019. So basically 4 years.
y'all heard that right? Okay, so now, how much money did you make off the first house?
250.
Okay, so 250 off the first house, and how much money did you make off the second house?
100,000.
So $250,000 in 4 years. Okay,
300,
what?
250 and 100, 350.
Oh, he made 250 off the first house.
Yes,
Yeah,
250.
it was after commissions and everything it was 188, and then after commissions and everything on the second one it was 46.
Wow,
That's
wow.
like that's like a $60,000 a year salary on the side just by living in a piece of real estate.
So, guys, listen, and what we're telling you guys, this stuff is really happening. This is a real person. Now, Kyler, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. If you don't mind putting those addresses in the chat since you don't live there anymore, it's public information. We want to show you what he bought those properties for and what he sold them for. And this is the reason why we have the Veteran Wealth Formula specifically for people who are trying to win in real estate. Now, you started your business what year?
We started the business in 2021, and August of 2021.
Okay, August 2021, and then you sold the business yesterday.
Correct.
Tell us
Kyler.
about that. We need to sell our businesses. Shoot.
uh,
No.
that one was wild. So I've been I guess you could say secretly interviewing people for a couple months of just kind of referring them, and then um, hold on, buddy, taking feedback from the agents and clients that were using them to see who was gonna provide the kind of service that I would want to provide to you guys as well. And then so we had one guy we were really getting some good reviews from, and then he reached out, said thank you, we wanted to work out some sort of referral deal, and I kind of pitched the idea of just selling it to him, and he wanted it, so we did it.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fantastic. That
It
is.
wasn't like a big well planned thing. It just kind of worked out. Everything works out for a reason, and this one worked out that way.
Now, see, this is a lot of things that people don't understand. Like, now you're going into another venture as a veteran, and then now you being a disabled veteran. I'm pretty sure you got all of that stuff taken care of. You're going to unlock a lot more opportunities because a disabled veteran-owned business. This is the type of stuff that we talk about. You're the Cinderella story. But I'm gonna tell you another good thing that I wanted to say. And guys, we got a lot of people on the live. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys enjoyed that. And guys, we're talking about the Veteran Wealth Formula with Grant Cardone and how we were able to partner with him. But this is the cool thing about it, man. Veterans, this is stuff that a lot of people don't even know that they could do, man. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why you were able to do that because you serve people. Helping people and serving people is the reason why you were able to do that. You've always had character at the forefront of your business. And I am honored to see you be able to do what you were able to do with your business. So congratulations, brother.
And then I just wanted to add one more thing, if I could, real quick, Tony.
Sure.
I just wanted to tell, I think I've told you from the beginning, thank you, for everything you guys did. But for everybody that's in the room, like, listen to this stuff, attend the events, because, you know, the second part of that event is, buy, build, sell a business. And we took it and we were able to, build a second business from it and then sell this business. And like, I bought 2 houses with the exact same thing that everybody in here is able to learn. So they need to listen up and trust you. Trust is a hard thing to give, but you've definitely got my trust, and the way you guys work and your integrity is above reproach. So thank you.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. I'm about to cry over
No,
here.
seriously, seriously. I just do want to say something. When in the beginning we we just were trying to share the information. We decided that we were going to venture off into real estate. It was something that, I always wanted to do and I had passion for. And it actually came out of a hardship, but that was a whole nother, with me selling my original investment property in Atlanta, which was, it was a debacle. However, it taught me a lot. Um, it
And what
did.
about the other property in Atlanta?
It taught me a lot. So both of them taught me a lot for sure.
Uh-huh.
Um, anyway, but again, so I do also want to say that sometimes it takes you into a space that you never ever thought that you would ever venture into. Because I didn't grow up like, oh, I didn't grow up even thinking I wanted to be a business person. I mean, I was going to go corporate. That was my trajectory, and then again, life can shift and things, surprises can present themselves that turn into, a huge blessing. But I knew we were onto something when I sold one of my early clients' homes. And now this was like right where, the crash was happening and really where homes became really affordable for veterans because here in California, they were so priced out of the market. BAH didn't match the economic conditions, like that, they've done a much better job of, going, increasing the BAH to be comparable to, have, cover even rent or buy a home. But back then they weren't. And so when the crash happened, it really was the gateway to a huge opportunity for veterans to purchase homes. So one of my first clients sold their house after 3 years and made, I think he was a staff sergeant, made over $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I was like, and again, that was never on my mind or really on our minds. It was just, hey, let's, invest these tax-free dollars, stop renting, build some equity. But really to be able to see that happen in a 3-year period for, a staff sergeant, and it blew his mind, blew my mind. And I was like, we're really on to something. And so it's those right steps, it's those little steps that, just a few correct choices can really change your life. You know, now Kyler's, return on his investment is definitely exceptional. Everyone's going to have their own journey, and so we're not here making promises that you're going to get rich in 4 years, right? Market conditions, all of those things do go into play when it comes to real estate. But the reality is this: is that he started when he was at active duty, taking active duty, dollars, and then really being able to invest those multiple times with correct strategies to then change his family's life. So even in a civilian situation, like, if you were working a job, it would take years and years and years to be able to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
200 to save
exactly.
250 grand. Yes.
Yeah, it would take many, many, many years, so it's just about making those couple of right choices and decisions at the right time that can change your life. But if you don't do anything, then your circumstances are going to stay the same. That's a guarantee, right? So even if it was $50,000, right, that is more than most will even be able to save in 5 years. So you know I love Kyler's story, and we have, many, many others. Um, but it really truly is about, educating yourself and then taking those steps to be able to make those, to make those changes. Um, but it is so much fun to be a part of, and it's a blessing to be a part of, and we do take it very seriously. Um, and so again, Kyler, thank you so much for being such a great example and just, taking a risk and trusting us and trusting yourself, because ultimately you made the choice. We can only provide the information, and you pulled the trigger.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say another thing to that, guys. And guys, if you guys have questions, put your questions in the chat. And guys, welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn, along with my co-host, Constance Carlisle. Shout out to my brother Ian Jensen that's on the show right now, Kyler, Jacob, Shay, and everybody in the listening lounge, and the 53 people that are here right now listening to us across all social media platforms. Today, we're talking about how we were able to get a partnership with Grant and Elena Cardone. Listen, this journey started. Let me tell you something. I want to share something with you. I hope you know what it feels like to deliver keys to a family when you see little kids running around in the yard. When you see those kids running around in the yard, I am selfishly addicted to hugging little kids because I know that the people that have made the ultimate sacrifice for signing up to defend our country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, are making a financial decision that will set up their family for a lifetime. It is nothing like it. It is always different. It is always different people. I mean, just think about this, man. Me taking the keys, right, and giving them to someone, utilizing the VA home loan benefit, I know beyond a reasonable doubt it's going to change their life. Now, I had a friend of mine. His name is James Franks, Brother Franks. Shout out to James. He called me up and told me, hey, man, I have a property. I'm moving. I have $400,000 of equity in my house. Okay. He bought that property in 2014 or 15, somewhere around there. And he has a $500,000 of equity in his house. And he's looking on what he should do with it. And then what I told him is that let's go through the scenarios on which makes the most sense. Do you refinance and go on a conventional since you have another year left, free up your VA and invest in a multi-unit? Are we going to structure your corporation? Are we going to do a cash out refinance? Are we going to do a home equity line of credit? We are able to explain all those scenarios and tell him what the highest and best use of his money is, because that $100,000 that he takes out will buy him a $500,000 asset. And if you don't know about that, or you don't know, $200,000 will get him $1 million asset, right? So now you can get into commercial real estate by just investing in a single family home and then transitioning into bigger units. And also, Connie, I want you to cover this real quick, guys. I want you guys to listen to what we're talking about, right? Because we're going to talk about this, and this is what we've been doing for, think about this. Connie and I have been doing this since 2006. How many years is that?
It's 18.
18 years. And we have been digging away and digging away and digging away. So many people. Listen, when I was in a military installation, I got a letter. Shout out to that sergeant major. I'm calling you out. I had a sergeant major, right? I called Constance. I said, hey, man, I got this letter. This damn sergeant major gave me a cease and desist letter. Do you remember that, Connie?
Yes, I do.
Tell them about that scenario real quick, because tell me how you felt about that.
Well, it was disappointing. I think that was probably the best way to describe it, is that it was disappointing because, we're just sharing information that they're not, that at the time military was not doing a great job of sharing the information, and it was life-changing information, right? So yes, this information is out there. You can find it if you look for it, but being an example, and for, I think visually being able to see people who are actually doing it, because so few actually own homes at the time. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
why would you want to, and why would you want to set, if the institution, or say this particular sergeant major, isn't going to then step up and share the information, why would you want to cut off the information to service members to get it? Right? Like that was so crushing. But I will say again, sometimes your biggest disappointments become your biggest blessings. But what it did do is that it then created a lot of motivation to structure things in a way, that we were then able to, really, really, really put our educational platform together, and then revisit, um, you know, educating on installations, again, in a way that protected both us and, protected the institution as well. So, but it was not good. It really sucked. It was very disappointing. But such is life. You just, as they say, you adapt and overcome, and that's exactly what we did. We just found another way, but we did not quit.
That's a fact, guys. And then now, I mean, let's just take about this, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. What God has for you, nobody can take away from you. And Connie will not lose, because see, we had so many people that was holding information from military. Why would you not? Let me ask a question, man. Put a one. Let's think about this. You would think that the most important thing is setting up. Okay, service member joins the military. Service member has a family. Service member decides to deploy to Afghanistan, Iraq, right? Don't you think that it would be important for that service member to have their family in a property and not base housing or an apartment? Come on, man. This is not, I don't understand. Listen, we had to fight. We had to fight for almost 10 years to figure out how we can navigate through all of the red tape to try to push information out to veterans. And then now we were so focused on the military installation that the military installation didn't matter because Grant said, you know what, we're going to take you guys to the next level. We're going to get you guys in front of more people because people need to hear this information. And I think that part right there is like, that is what we have been fighting for. And sometimes you set your goals so small and you are so worried about people closing doors for you, okay, when people open up the ocean for you. So let's really think about this. Let's really think about this. Connie and I had a small little office, right? We had a small little office. I think we were rocking out with like, what, 6 agents? I was on active duty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We were cutting flyers out, okay? Printing them out on a dot matrix printer, taking the flyers on military installations, driving around base housing and saying, hey, a VA loan boot camp, right? We got some momentum going, okay? Then once we got that momentum going, right, we had a bunch of roadblocks, okay? We had people hating on us, people trying to shut us down, people are not liking that we own property, people didn't like the cars we drove. It was really, really hard, man. And they were doing everything to keep this information away from that. Oh, don't. People were giving advice, telling people not to use their VA home loan benefit that were living on base housing. Explain that to me, right? Then fast forward, we were in a partnership with, what was that guy's name that owned the dealerships?
Oh, name will be undisclosed.
Yeah. We were in partnership and we were so enamored by this. We were so starstruck by those people and they were crooks. So then taking one step further, we got a divorce. I called Connie up and I told Connie, hey, come on back out here and help me build out this thing. I got some momentum going. I was a partner with a Remax franchise in Temecula. I'm not going to disclose the name. And I created a big team. We were doing a lot of production. And then he took somebody from my team and made him a manager over me when I bought him and basically stopped paying us. So we went to another team, and then that guy started snorting the commission checks. So then guess what that led us to? That led us to doing our own thing. And this space that I'm sitting in right now, Connie and I were afraid to get it. Shout out to Annette Robinson, right? I have to give her some credit where credit is due. But I'm telling you guys the journey so you guys understand where this all came from. And then I'm going to tell you guys how this partnership came about and how everything transitioned. So now, 2014 or 15. What year was it, Connie, that I bought the franchise?
It was 2016, and we moved into the space, I believe, 2017. I think you did it fall 2016 or either spring of 2017.
Now, this space is 3,500 square feet, and I was afraid of getting this space because it was too big, and we came this close to not getting it, okay? Because a real estate space in here. You remember that?
Yeah.
You want to cover that?
Well, the biggest thing is that, you meet these roadblocks or people who don't want to see you or don't believe in you or think that you're not able to, because we had to go back and forth to even just fight to be considered for the space when there was nobody else who was trying to lease the space at the time. But they were saying like, oh, well, we don't know if we want to have a real estate or a company or, there's another one, but there was no one. But then all of a sudden, again, things shift, and then they accepted our application, and the build out, and so we were able to negotiate them also paying for all of the build out of the space because it was just a blank open space without any walls or any ducting or any of that. So it was a little unnerving. It was. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And definitely, as you should, there's ups and downs to all of this. I mean, there was some high highs and definitely some low lows, but you just don't quit. You just don't quit, especially when you know exactly what your mission and your purpose is. That the vision was definitely there. Did not know how, never knew it was going to turn into this, but definitely, always had the vision and the passion to do what we've continued to do and elevate, today. But yeah, it was definitely a challenge for sure.
And I want you guys. I'm going to put a number in the chat. Ian, Ian, are you here? Is Ian still here? Okay, and I want you guys to hear this story too, because now we're going to transition on how we were able to build out the Cardone Veterans Group, guys. Because guys, you
Yeah,
guys
I'm with
can
you,
be a
brother.
part of that, and I'm going to put the information in the chat, the phone number. If you guys want to learn about that, Connie, you're gonna have to get the number because I don't remember it because we got a new number, y'all. I don't forgot the number, the text number that Eric created. It's not the
Oh,
number I've been using. So we have a number. If you guys are interested in getting scheduled for the next class or getting on the waiting list, we're going to put that link in the chat. We do these events every month. We're going to be having them. It's called the Veteran Wealth Formula, where we help you win in real estate. The first portion is a free VA loan masterclass. The second portion is structuring your business, and the third portion is getting into multi-units, leveraging your VA home loan benefit to get into multi-unit acquisition. Okay, so and we go through step by step on how to do it. Okay, and then it's not just that; it's going to teach you guys how to operate a business. I mean, I think that's the biggest part. And then also, Constance is dropping 10x military spouses, and that's coming to a social media to the conversation. Anybody have any questions? Post your comments in the chat. Connie, did you have anything to add?
um, we're just really excited and we want participation. So anyone who would love to join us and participate, we will be, sending out
There,
0.
there you go. You good now? You can hear
You
you.
said, oh, I said the number that you can text VA to is 760-573-2731.
Again, I'm gonna put that in the
Oh,
chat,
sorry.
guys.
I'm sorry.
Text
Text WIN, WIN.
Text WIN to 760-573-2731. Again, if you guys want to get on the waiting list for the next class, text WIN to 760-573-2731. And if you're a realtor or you're a mortgage professional, you guys want to know more information on how you can partner with us, listen, one thing that we learned very, very quickly is the only way that we can get this word out to a bigger audience is that we need more participation and more partners. Okay, we are looking to partner with you. So if you're a realtor or real estate investor and you're looking to partner with a vet and buy a 5 unit with no money down, okay, there's a way to do that. If you want to put 12.5% down utilizing the VA home loan benefit, you can do that as well, okay, as a non-veteran, and then take advantage of the interest rate reduction refinance loan and 100% cash out refinance. Now, Connie, let's give them a little nugget. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want a little VA loan nugget, because I'm going to ask Connie about multi-unit purchasing. Connie, can you give us 3 fundamental facts about the income that you guys could use when purchasing a multi-unit with the VA home loan benefit? Like, how can they utilize what is the revenue count? Can you tell us some hacks
Absolutely.
with that?
Absolutely. Well, this is actually the VA loan is the only loan without having prior landlord or property management experience where you can use the projected or the current rents of the other units as qualifying income. So that's huge because what that does is like, so of course if someone, let's say makes 65,000 a year, right? And so that, normally, including your non-taxable income, so it gets you up to about 100, you may qualify on your own for maybe a home for 550. Well, what that can do, it can almost double your qualifying potential because you're depending upon the rents of the other units and obviously the cost of the multi-unit itself. But those other, let's say it's a 4 unit, those other 3 units add so much more income to then being able to qualify for an 800 or a 900 or even we've sold multi-million multi-units to a single service member, right? So of course, debt to income ratio and all of that has to be in alignment, but that is super, super strong. That is something that no other loan out there, again, except, and even with a conventional loan, if you did have experience, you still would have to put 20% down. So, it's definitely a win. Multi units, whether it be a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex, don't count yourself out just because you're like, well, how would I afford that? Well, again, having that additional income from those other units will help you afford the entire unit itself. And the more units you have, it all depends on your financial situation, the more income that it will generate. And just another thing on the, from the multi-unit perspective, and Tony, you did touch on that even if you're not maybe financially prepared or, qualify for a multi-unit, or maybe it's the area in which you live in, maybe not conducive for a multi-unit, you want to start somewhere. There are definitely all different types of hacks, even to take a single family home and make it into a multi income generating opportunity. So there is a way, and there's a structure for most situations. And whether or not you're ready today, it's about getting the plan together, the roadmap together, so you can be ready for tomorrow. So you don't count yourself out. You're like, oh my gosh, I have this debt to pay off, or hey, I need some credit help. That's what we're here to put you on a plan. We've worked with people many years before they even actually got into a house, by working the steps of what they needed to do to go from where they are now to where they need to be. So yeah, there's just there are a lot of there. It's endless. There's a lot of different scenarios that will can pan to be very beneficial.
And just so
And
you guys know, man, if you are a uh, uh, if you give the if you're a orangutan, lizard, or a hyena and you got bad credit, it's okay, man. We're gonna get you on the roadmap. Schedule the appointment. We're gonna get you on the roadmap. It doesn't matter if you got a 400 credit score, you got bad credit, you don't know what you need to do, and you got income. Okay, we can help you. Okay, because typically the VA doesn't have a minimum credit score. They only are concerned about the last 12 months of your payments, and they're concerned about your income, how much income you're generating in order to for your ability to repay, and some of the stuff that we can get credits from the seller to pay off your personal debt. So that means that
Mhm.
if you got debt or something like that, and your debt to income ratio is high, we can do creative negotiating to get you into that. And I know that Connie, now I have another question for you, Connie, while we have you here, because I know you have to go soon. But what is the question that I propose to you is, what is the if I have a 4 unit, that basically means that I have 4 doors, then each is one building. Okay. Now, this is what I have a lot of questions about, and I'm gonna draw this out so people can actually physically see this. And I know you guys can't see me on Clubhouse, but if you click the link above my head, and do me a favor, guys, if you guys are enjoying this conversation, put a 1 in the chat, because I want you guys to help me out here. For the people that are on Clubhouse, if you guys could click the YouTube channel above my head and get on here, because I'm gonna draw something out and show you something. Okay, so that means that if I have Connie, if I have a 4 unit, we can't
Mhm.
really see that, right? That's my little writing
There
right
you go.
there. If I have a 4 unit, can you explain how the potential income of 1, 2, and 3, how can the potential income from those vacant units, how does the VA calculate that, or the underwriter calculate that?
So they take 75% of the gross potential rent. So if each one of those units, if each one of those units rent out for, $2,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 75% of each one of those units. So what is that? That's what, 17, isn't that 1750? Isn't that 75% of 2,000? Oh no, I'm sorry, 1,500. Duh, 1,500. So there'll be $1,500 for each unit. So that's what, $4,500 of additional income. So let's just say you make 10,000 a month,
Is
including,
that 70? Is that 75% of the remaining unit?
of
Go
the
ahead.
remaining units. So of the remaining units. So the one unit would be the unit that the veteran would occupy, and then the other 3 units is what they would count for the additional income. So you got on a 4 unit, it would be 3 units they would count with additional income. So you have your income, let's just say it's 10,000, and the other unit, so then your qualifying income would be 4,500 or 45,000. I'm sorry, 1450. 1450. So you have your 10,000 of your normal income plus the $4,500 in the projected income.
Okay.
Does it make
Yes, it does. So you kind of said a little weird, but I get what you're saying.
sense?
And Omega H, did you have a question on the stage? I see that you have your mic off. Omega H on Clubhouse. Do you have a question? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tuck you on mute real quick. Now, here's another thing too. Now, Connie, let me ask another question. So, can you explain how? Why the VA loan is with buying multi units with the cash out refinance and the interest rate reduction? Why it's different from conventional and FHA? Can you just give us some nuggets on that?
Yeah, so the basic differences with an IRRL, interest rate reduction loan, it's very limited in the documentation. So conventional FHA are still going to be full documentation to do even just a rate and term refinance. So with the Earl, it's just basic, making sure that, you have your job. Credit isn't, credit does matter even with the Earl, because, your interest rate and the cost that's probably one of the only real things, even though there's not a minimum FICO, but the higher the score, the better the rate or the better, the better the cost of the Earl. So it's very limited in documentation that's needed in order to do the Earl, opposed to an FHA or a conventional. It's like going through the whole buying process together. Now, if you're going to do a cash out with the VA, that is a full documentation loan. However, you can actually take all the way up to 100% of the equity out. Now, I don't recommend that. And there are a lot of investors and that do have overlays, and you typically would like to reduce it down to 90%. And that's truly the safest thing for the veteran homeowner, just because if you have any fluctuation or have to sell your home for any reason, then you have enough equity that you're not upside down. But the reality is that the guidelines do say that you can take up to 100% of your equity out, compared to your conventional, which in most cases the max is 85%. And typically they want to cap you at 80 so you can avoid, any mortgage insurance or things like that. And then if you even with a VA loan, you can do a HELOC. You can add a HELOC or equity line of credit behind a VA loan. Um, just like you can with a conventional loan. But your best bet to maximize if you're trying to extract equity is to do a cash out refinance, because you're going to have the highest level of loan to value available to you in comparison to the other loan types. So, and that again, that's the only loan that will allow you to do that. um, so it's a great benefit. So when we're talking about, hey, wherever you start somewhere, leverage, whether it be a single family home, leverage that income. You can always then take that cash out. Then you have something to either reinvest in another property, buy a business, pay off debt. It just really does create an exponential piggy bank by making that, again, that right first choice.
And that's really really good. And then here's another question that I have. So, uh, why would does the interest rate reduction for the VA loan for people who are utilizing this benefit? What is the fundamental difference between that interest rate reduction? What is the difference between doing a refinancing and an interest rate reduction like a conventional FHA or a VA? Because I know the VA doesn't require for you to do certain things.
Correct. So it's just limited documentation. It's just making sure that you're still employed, that you're able to repay the debt versus having to provide, W-2s, tax returns, all of those things, which you would have to do with a conventional or an FHA loan. So it's, streamlined documentation. The appraisal process is very simple. Compared to having to go through that with a conventional or an FHA loan, it's almost like going through the whole purchasing process all over again just to reduce the interest rate, not even take any cash out. So it's just it's a great way to simplify. You just being able to lower that interest rate, depending upon the market environment.
I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. See, I got people now. See, y'all see who the real boss is and stuff. I'm the one that's out here hooking and jabbing, bringing in, but this is the money person right here, man. This is the one, the queen bee that's behind the scenes. So put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are enjoying this conversation. Shout out to Constance Carlisle for being on the show today. Guys, make sure that you guys look her up, give her a follow. Again, listen, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Again, WIN to 760-573-2731. If you guys want to win in real estate with the VA home loan benefit. Today's show, we have Constance Carlisle. I am your host, Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California, where we help you win. And today we're talking about how our partnership with Grant and Elena Cardone came about. And we really appreciate you guys coming on the show and talking today. And basically, we're talking about VA loan nuggets and how this all started. Now, Constance, can you tell me how can me as a veteran, if I buy a property and I have equity in my property, what are some of the two ways that I can actually take money and invest in multi-units? If I wanted to use my VA home loan benefit, and then I wanted to go into a different genre, if I wanted to get more revenue How can I do that with the VA loan, and how many days does it take for me to get the money out of my first purchase?
Gotcha. So you can do an EARL, an interest rate reduction loan, or a cash out refinance after 210 days. So essentially, it's 7 months after you close on your home. That's when you can, do an EARL or interest rate reduction or a cash out. So, or you can refinance if you have enough equity and it makes sense. And it doesn't happen, that quickly. But let's say even in a year, depending upon the market, here in California, we've had some seasons where there's been very aggressive appreciation. Or even if just the numbers flat out may make sense for you to then move on to another investment, you can then refinance out of your VA loan into a conventional loan, free up your entitlement, and then you can make a bigger purchase or make another purchase. Well, it doesn't always have to be bigger, but then you can get into that multi unit, because maybe that help, you're in a better financial position, you have some reserves,
Hmm.
to be able to purchase that. Now, there is one caveat I will say to multi units, and I do want to make sure that everyone does know this. One of the things that the VA does require, if you do not have rental experience, is for you to have 6 months in reserves. So you do have to have 6 months of the new payment for the multi-unit in reserves. Now that could be in a TSP, that could be in some type of investment. It doesn't have to be, it just has to be, it doesn't have to be liquid. It just has to have the capacity to liquidate it if something were to happen. But that is one thing that I do want to make sure that, people do know, because sometimes that can be a caveat that people aren't aware of,
Hmm.
is having that 6 months in reserves. But like I said, you can come up with that 6 months a lot of different creative ways. Don't want it to be a deterrent, but I always just like to be full disclosure, with the guidelines.
Can you get those funds gifted to you?
You cannot have reserves gifted to you, but if you plan ahead, you can have those. You can have those funds
Seasoned.
available, seasoned. 90 days prior to going into the purchase.
So if I wanted to buy a multi-unit and I didn't have the reserves and I knew that that was my strategy, right? And I did
Mhm.
not have the money, I can get that money from a friend or something like that and then have it sitting in an account that belongs to me for 60 days.
90 days.
90 days. See, guys, this is the reason why we're bringing this information to you, because you just don't know what you don't know. A lot of
Hmm.
people are just telling you no. You go to Navy Federal, you got bad credit, they're going to tell you no. Okay, boom. And they don't even specialize in working with purchasing multi units. They don't even do that type of stuff, right? Okay. Now, VA construction loan. Can you tell them about that? Just can you tell us what you're currently working on for that, Constance Carlisle?
So yeah, so we are the VA construction loan is available. You can buy land, you can build using the VA construction loan. We are working on a very specific program that is going to walk you step by step on how to make that happen. And always full disclosure, again, I'm the technical person. Because we get so many questions on this, we want to simplify the process, simplify the communication, so you know exactly what you have to have in order to move forward. There are some upfront expenses that are reimbursable when you're doing a VA construction loan. It is definitely a process, but also very possible. You can also build multi units with the VA construction loan.
Wait.
So
Rewind one more time. Can you say that one more time, Connie, for the people in the back?
you can also build multi units with the VA construction loan. Now, with all of with even with the multi units, the veteran does have to have the intent to occupy one of the units. So again, when we were using that example, you can take it. If it's a duplex, you can use the income of one of the units. If it's a triplex, you can use the income of two of the units. If it's a fourplex, you can use the income of three of the units. Okay, so I just always want to make sure everybody understands the math on that. But with the construction loan, you can absolutely, build a multi-unit. So one of the things that you also want to just be aware of are any of the, building restrictions in your respective,
Mm-hmm.
jurisdictions. So it is a process. It is not anything that you can just pop up and say, "Oh, I found some land and I want to build." There's some due diligence that you do have to do up front, and many times that due diligence is out of your own pocket up front, but then it can be reimbursed. But Again, those are very unique situations. It's not a one size fit all. So definitely, if that's something that you're interested in, we can walk you through and see do a feasibility analysis for you to see if that is going to be an option.
And guys, I have my one of our partners, and this is what we're talking about. So there I was, right, and I was actually in the lingerie department in Victoria's Secrets, and I saw Otis James trying on a
Oh, Lord.
some lingerie with the back out. Okay, shout out to Otis James.
I can't. I'm like, where is this going?
Oh man, he was in there trying on it snap between the legs. But shout out to Otis James.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I'm joking. What's up,
He was like,
Otis?
"Hey, you need me to
Hey,
help you
Otis is
snap
in the
that?"
building. This is my brother. Let me tell y'all something. I definitely want to
Right
say
on,
this,
dude.
guys. We are looking to partner with people who want to have fun doing this stuff. We've been listening to Otis. I actually went to the 4 Data Points Academy with
Yeah.
12 realtors back in the day. And I just heard him cooking and playing gospel music. And I said, you know what? I kind of like this guy, man. I said, listen, you got to listen to this guy. He was burning it down on social media. And then we went through the course. The course was really, really good. And I encourage you guys to follow Otis James if you haven't looked him up on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Black Planet, Christian Mingles, all of the social media platforms that he's on. All right. But the reason why we wanted to partner with people like that is because there's a lot of information that he gives out for free that people should be paying for. So I'm honored to say that we are partners now. And Otis, I just want to say that I appreciate you believing in what we're doing, because I know that, us doing this together, man, it's going to be stupid big. All right. So can you tell the people who you are and what you do?
Oh, are you there?
Yeah, so I'm a full-time real estate
Yep,
investor
you
out
have
of
my
San
bing.
Francisco
Oh
Bay
yeah, it's
Area,
because
long-term hold
look,
investor. Anthony mentioned the educational
Anthony has
platform.
me like
We
on
have
2 TikTok accounts. He's
he's
trying
still
all
working them
types of
buttons
stuff, man.
out.
He's working behind the scenes, man. But I appreciate. But if you guys knew what we had going on behind the scenes, man, we just built this
Is
studio.
that
We
me?
working out some of the kinks, but we got a lot of people on right now. We have 70 people, 80 people on the live right now, plus the 19 on Clubhouse. So it's whatever he's doing is working. But go ahead, and I want you to go ahead and let the people know about your 4 Data Points Academy. He
Oh,
said
we
it.
can't hear
Yeah. No, I'm hearing myself twice. Like I'm saying
It's
something and
better
I'm
now.
hearing
Okay,
myself
good.
say it again. I think you got me in the background on
You
another,
you.
echoing? He said he's echoing.
but it's all good. Four
Okay,
Data
that's
Points
fine.
Academy. It's an
It's
educational
better.
platform.
It's
Rock
better
out
now.
on Clubhouse. My bad, brother. I don't know what's going on, but let's
No, I'm still
keep
hearing
rocking.
myself say it
We'll
twice.
figure it out.
Can you hear him, Tony?
I can hear him. Yeah.
This- okay, this is the real Otis right now. Okay, so this is what hopefully I don't. Yeah.
Are you guys getting the echo on social media, Jacob and
All
Shay?
right. I was like, who's that
Kyler?
amazing person sounding in the background? That I was like, oh, that's me.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
He
Still,
said he's getting the
still
echo
doing it.
somehow. Okay. All right. So I think it's probably, I don't know what it
Major
is.
echo.
Okay. All right. So guys, my apologies. Okay, they say they hear him twice on Clubhouse. Okay. All right. So let's continue to rock out, man. Otis James, make sure you give him a follow. Okay, we're working out the kinks, and guys, man, listen, we're trying to figure this thing out, man. Whatever we got to do, and this is the best part about doing these types of things. We can't hear sounds like chewing. That it says you can't hear him. It says no echo on Facebook Live. Okay, that's good. Okay, we hear him twice. I think it's Clubhouse, man. Clubhouse is all wacky. But anyways, I just want to say that we're honored to have you as a partner, brother. And then, big things popping. Let's get it. So here's what I also want to talk about next, guys. For the people that are on the live, again, if you guys want to be a part of this, if you're a real estate professional or mortgage professional, text WIN to 760-573-2731. We're going to teach you guys how to win in real estate with the VA home loan benefit. Okay, we're getting into multi-unit investing and creating a business and getting into commercial real estate purchases and sales, guys. And we're going to tell you how to do it the right way. The 4 Data Points Academy is designed for you guys to learn how to do all things real estate. Okay, now Otis, correct me if I'm wrong. How much does it cost? How much does it cost to fix it up? What is your exit strategy? What's the other one? I know I got 3 of them. How much
I think
income
we're
can it generate?
okay.
Go ahead, Connie. Jump in.
Oh, I was just gonna say,
What does it
can
cost?
you
What does
hear?
it cost to fix up? What's it going to be worth when I'm done? How much income can it generate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a thumbs up. You can hear him. So guys, again, we have,
Hey, real
he
quick,
has
you
like
guys.
50,000 people in his database. We wanted to, we wanted to see how we can be in complementary to each other. And the biggest thing is that, we're looking for more people that want to partner with us. Otis, myself, Ian, Bruno, all of us, we created this thing so we have more receipts of people investing in real estate. Whether you're partnering with veterans, where you are your military spouse, you're looking to get into business. If you're a vet and you know a vet and you want to utilize the VA home loan benefit to invest, or even if you're a non-veteran and you just want to know how to structure your business and your corporate structure to do all of these things. And again, Grant and Elena Cardone, what they did is they basically said, hey, how can we help? And that's the crazy part about it. Guess what, guys? They invested, they paid for the first event. We didn't have to pay for it. They said, look, we believe in you guys. We're going to invest in you guys. How can we help? We want to help more veterans invest in real estate. We really want to help. And for someone that saw the value in what we're doing, that doesn't need our money or anything like that, $1 billion earner that doesn't want anything from us but to help more veterans, we are thoroughly immersed in doing this, guys. So again, if you guys want to know the next event, and you do not have to be a veteran, you just need to know one, 760-573-2731. Again, text WIN to get on the waiting list for the next event. And it's the free VA loan masterclass, number 1. Personal professional development for military spouses, number 2, with 10x military spouses. Number 3, how to build an unstoppable business, how to underwrite properties, how to underwrite multi-units, how to structure your business, how to hire your kids, and some tax saving strategies for people who are looking to do that. Are there any questions or comments that anyone would like to ask that's on stage right now? Any questions? Any questions? Put your questions in the chat. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a phenomenal space. Connie, how can we reach you? How can people reach you?
Oh, you can reach me on Instagram. It's Constance the Broker, or on Facebook, it's Constance Isabel Carlisle.
Oh, Lord, you
You know,
got to get
I'm not.
better at that, Jack. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm not. Okay, so what you said was true. Is that you do all the social media stuff, and I just do the work behind the scenes. But no, you can reach me in either place. You guys can inbox me or DM me if you guys have any direct questions. Our mortgage company is a Military Mortgage Group. We're very excited about that, and we love to help and strategize with veterans on how to just get the process started. That really is your first step, is to take a look at your financial analysis, do a financial analysis, and see where you are. If there's anything that you need to do and improve, we have a lot of resources to assist you in getting, if anything needs to be adjusted, getting you to where you need to be. And if you are already where you need to be, then we'll put the plan together and, get you started. So it's not just in Southern California. We help veterans all over the country. So it doesn't matter. I don't know where everyone's tuning in from, but, working on a deal in in Idaho and in South Dakota. I mean, places. I mean, and I love it because then I actually get to learn markets that I probably wouldn't normally consider. So we just do have a lot of fun with what we do, and we're here to definitely help. Put the roadmap and the strategy together. To get you and take you to the next level. Whether you're active duty, whether you're a veteran, especially our spouses. If you want more information, we're definitely here to help. Text the number. We'll get you in, and we'll make it all happen. Our team is amazing, and shout out to our entire team. We have a team of over 50 people. We've grown, and I do also want to just tap into the power of partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Otis has been an amazing partner, which he does something very specific that we had not done in abundance, but he's been able to teach us, and we've been able to really exchange knowledge and information. So it's not only the great thing about partnering is that you don't have to be the expert in everything. You just need to know where to go. You need to have a resource,
Mm-hmm.
So we have a resource who, helps with, who's a credit specialist. We have Otis, who is an expert in analyzing, investment deals and rehabbing and doing all of that. We have the most amazing, partnership with Grant and Aleda Cardone, who really want to give back, who want to share their business line products and how to develop and grow businesses. So there's just so many, there's so many things of collaborating with the right people. And that was something that definitely, when you talk about the journey, right? It's not all about the house. Like the house actually is the most minor part of it. It's the financial literacy that you gain, the mindset that you gain, the view of what, thinking bigger for your life and your family than, where you started. And you have to think, wow, that just started off with the house. The house now becomes so insignificant to right sizing your finances, paying off
Mm-hmm.
your debt, being a better steward of your money. So again, that house becomes minor. It's just the tool, it's just the vehicle to change all of these things that are so significant in our lives. So I just want to share that before we end. And I don't normally get on, and so I did had a great time. So thank you for the invite. I thank you for the invite. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully, you guys got a lot out of it. And again, if you have any more questions, you know how to reach us.
And guys, I want to say again, guys, we will be doing these rooms, and we will put you, if you guys want to get on the waiting list for the next event. Shout out to the people who stayed on here, man. Twitter is going crazy right now, man. I'm looking at Twitter and YouTube. Shout out to I want you guys to put. Can you guys do me a favor? I want you to either tweet or put in the chat where you're checking in from. We want to know where you guys are checking in from. If you guys could put rep your city in the chat, I would really appreciate that. I see Bonnie checking in. I see Chris Brett that came back on. Chris, send me a DM, brother, and I'll hit you up. Send me a private message and I'll hit you up. Oceanside, California in the house, baby. Chris, hit me up. I'm in Oceanside right now, bro. Pull up, okay? Hit me right now. I'm going to call you right when I get off because I saw that you had a lot of questions in the chat. Hey, I'm here, man. Come have a beer with me, brother, because I'm done for the day. Berkeley, California, Virginia. Who else? Where are we checking in from? Tweet where you're coming from. If you're on the SITREP YouTube channel, we want to know where you guys are checking in from. Fayetteville, North Kakalaki in the building. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Again, the Veteran Wealth Formula is coming to a theater near you. Text WIN to 760-573-2731. Again, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Let me recap what the Veteran Wealth Formula is. Personal professional development for military spouses, buying and building a business, structuring a business, underwriting multi-units, okay? Picking contractors, hiring your family members, VA loan masterclass, multi-unit buying, just all around financial literacy for veterans. It's the whole smorgasbord of, okay, I buy my first property with the VA loan. What's next? I want to get into commercial real estate. Grant is going to be helping underwrite big units. And then also you will have some investment opportunities to possibly put your money in there as a JV where you don't have to actually have the funds. You don't have to actually manage that. General partnership means that you're managing the whole thing. You're responsible for everything. Okay, you can do a JV, right, where you can invest in a fund and get a return off of that if you don't want to do it yourself. But the reason why we're doing this is because you can do it yourself if you'd like to with the Veteran Wealth Formula. Okay, so if you bought a property or you own a property and you don't know what you need to do next, okay, Connie is the person that's going to be looking at she provides a free roadmap for you guys to get you on your real estate investment journey to help set you up for success. We don't care if you got bad credit. We want to see your pearly yellow teeth. Okay. All right. We don't care. We like the orangutan lizards and hyenas, man. We want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to win. And the only way that we can do that is that you have to have a commitment. If you commit to us, we'll commit to you. You just heard a veteran come on here and tell you that he used his VA loan 4 times, made $250,000. Okay. And then now he's sold a business and we're going to teach you guys how to do that. So for those of you who are interested in wanting to know, okay, Jacob says, Clarissa, you're right. Women are the real boss. Look at Jacob up here, man. Man, pack Jacob up, man. Get Jacob up out of here, man. Shout out to Jacob that's on the YouTube channel. And for
Thank you,
those of,
Jacob.
and then for those of you that are in the listening lounge, go ahead, brother. Constance.
I can't hear. I
And
don't hear what
real quick,
you
Okay, Connie, drop
real
your
quick,
information in the chat.
let's
I'll put
it's
Connie's
Constant.
I'll put
How do I
Connie's
say it? I'm sorry.
information in
Let's
the
drop
chat
your
right now so
info,
you guys have it,
Constance.
and then
Okay.
you guys could connect with her real time. But guys, listen, all you have to do is text
Yeah, we
WIN to
need some info on
760-573-2731. And Jacob, I'll give you my number so I can connect you with Connie directly. I'll put it in the chat right now. Okay, 760- 385-8211. Now now Jacob 760-385-8211. But the number for those of you who want to get on the waiting list for the next event, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Okay. 760-573-2731. Man, Connie, I kind of feel like we should keep going, man, because we're like 78 people on the live right now.
Oh,
So
I can be here. Let me just move. Look, let me just move my roadmap meeting that I had. But I'm here to stay on.
okay, so who has
Make,
questions, guys? We're growing again. The Veteran Wealth Formula with Grant and Elena Cardone. Let me tell you how this all got started. They wanted to help us help more veterans invest in real estate and multi-units, and also our portion was the VA Loan Masterclass in developing and creating a business. Okay. Military spouses are 30% 30% more likely to be unemployed because of them having to transition. 30%. Okay.
yeah, and that's huge. And I think too, there's so many statistics too that surround even the health of kids and the stability of kids related to, even home ownership. And then, really where, as, most military, and we're not, trust me, we're not, we know that there are male military spouses out there, and shout out to them.
Only
And we,
2%.
but it's only 2%. Like, so it's a very small, so the majority, it's us, it's ladies. And so, with that, the sacrifices that we make, again, and we don't get time back, right? You
Mm-hmm.
don't get time back. That's one of the things that, and so in trying to, make the most and knowing of our job and what we have to do and what we signed up for, which, we enjoy doing. But we also are human beings that have goals and aspirations and dreams and all the things, so it's really about assisting and helping women figure out how to balance that and the options that are available to them to still be able to grow, in their own purpose, as well as still serve, their family, in the, in the military space. So we're super excited to bring a lot of different tips and tricks and spouses who have done it, and they can share with you on what they did and how they got to where they need to be. We are so appreciative to Mrs. Elena Cardone for supporting this movement, for allowing us to join in, and for her to support it with her 10X Ladies platform, which is amazing. With just understanding, getting because it starts with your mind, it starts with your belief, belief in yourself to be able to do these things, and then being able to have balanced support in the home, right? So you can work together as a team with your spouse, not working against each other, but working with each other with your gifts and talents to improve and move that family forward. So we are committed to that. Super excited about all of the content that's to come. I have committed to doing content, which,
Oh my God. Help me, Lord Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
I just like to do the work. But
Lord have mercy, man.
it
We've been
has been,
trying to listen, how long I've been cooking on Clubhouse and all of the social media platforms? Y'all just now finding out who the bunny bag is, and that's Connie. Connie's the one that gets the money, man. But when I tried to tell her to get on the she said, well, Tony, man, how can I log on to my MySpace account? I said,
I didn't
MySpace?
even have
What
MySpace.
you
I didn't
talking
even
about? Ain't
know
nobody got no dang on MySpace, Connie. Come on, man. Yeah,
I'm here.
man.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, and I'm happy to help. And like I said, I have a whole team. We have a whole team with us. It's not just us. There's so many more wonderful, wonderful, capable people that have that believe in us as well, and help with moving this movement forward. I just have to say we could not do any of this without them, and just really, really blessed to be able to serve. And it is a lot of fun. It can be challenging, But it is definitely a lot of fun, and I think that we definitely have a lot of great results, and looking forward to taking it to the next level. So, if
Now
anybody else
we got
have
some
more
questions.
questions?
Okay,
Okay,
so the first
ready.
question is, what location are you? It says, how do I obtain private funding to rehab and remodel rental units? We have a a commercial lending department. We can help you do that. But before you get into that, you need to get set up a free roadmap with us, because if you're doing it, I mean, there's hard money, private money, there's seller finance, and all types of other stuff. And that's one of the reasons why we partnered with Otis, because in his 4 Data Points Academy, he goes through all of that stuff, right? And then also in our Veteran Wealth Formula, we teach you guys how to do that stuff. Okay, so again, text WIN to 760-573-2731. The next question is, what location are you guys in all 50 states? Okay, so we don't just, even if you're overseas, we still can help you guys invest in real estate with the VA home loan benefit. And then also we do have private funding for those who are not veterans that want to invest. But the biggest thing is structuring your business correctly so you can get business funding. That's the most important thing. How do I not write off everything when I have my company? And here's an example. I buy the property, I put the property in the trust, I create the limited liability company, the tenants pay the limited liability company to build credit collateral and capital. Then now you have that LLC has an EIN number and now operates like another person that you can get funding for, because corporate structures can buy real estate. Okay, so these are some of the things that we teach in our course. Let me see what the next question is. Go ahead, Connie.
Yeah, yeah, and I was just gonna say it's also there are so many other investment products that you will probably encounter and need to consider as you grow your portfolio. So starting again, your starting point is zero, zero down, right? There are closing costs and there's things like that, but there's no down payment. So you're starting with no down payment, and now you're creating a potential possibly need for a down payment in the future if you want to invest in different things. So now you got the capital, right, to be able to make some of these different moves. There's so many different ways to strategize, of even to be able to repeat and duplicate, because like even with Kyler's example, he used the VA loan 2 times, probably going to use it a third time when he gets to Colorado. So if you set up the strategy now, and you may only have one home, but with the anticipation of wanting to buy 3 or 5 or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
it's being able to navigate. You want to have a long, you at least a tentative plan, so then you know how to move the chess pieces, versus doing something and saying, okay, well, now what's next, right? Because what's next may have been you may have had more options for what's next, if you have more intention with that first step, right? There's truly a plan. So that's really what we're here to help you do, is to take not only a look at today, but where do you want to be in the future, and how do we then how do we build out those steps to get you there?
And that's another portion that I want to talk. Yes, I love it, man. Shout out to Bruno that's in the building, man. And guys, listen, man, it's fun rocking out with my people, man. It's
Tell him,
fun
Connie.
rocking
Tell him.
out with the homies, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you
Thanks,
right now,
Bruno.
it's just something about like hanging out with my friends, traveling. We got a team that's gonna be in I'm gonna tell you how crazy this thing has been, man. We basically, we got a team that's gonna be where this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood.
Yeah, we got a
Hollywood.
team that's gonna be. Yeah, we got a team that's gonna be in Florida. We're me, Connie, and our staff. We're gonna be in Miami coming up. Okay, as you can see, I got a little shirt on right now. I'm trying to figure out if I can
Hallandale.
get my muscles right so I can be on the beach with some speedos, right? But the biggest thing about this, what's crazy, is that is the VA loan only for veterans? No, it is not. The VA loan is for veterans and non-veterans. There is a way for non-veterans to utilize the VA loan if the veteran lives in the property. So the VA loan is not only for veterans. You can partner with a vet with a joint VA loan, okay, to buy
And
or build a multi-unit.
you do have to partner. You do have to partner with a veteran. So that's a key piece. You do have to partner with a veteran, and there is a down payment for the non-veteran. But when you're looking at even like bigger projects, especially if you're looking at multi-units, the reason why that can be very advantageous is because for a typical civilian, a down payment with a multi would be at least 20%. In this case, it's 12.5% of half of the property. So you're basically at 12.5% discount or down payment on 50% of the sales price.
Okay,
So
now we
that's a
gonna
lot
have to break
less.
that down. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
put a one in the chat if you guys want us to break that down, because let's just say that you wanted to. Let me give you guys an example. And remember, guys, again, if you guys want to get on the waiting list for the next veteran wealth formula, okay, we up to 71, man. This is bubbling up. If you want to get on the waiting list for the next veteran wealth formula, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Again, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Listen to me, guys. We're telling you guys how you guys can partner with a veteran, and we're telling you guys how our partnership with Grant and Elena came about. If you're a realtor, you're a mortgage professional, you want to partner with us, text the number. If you want to get on the next Veteran Wealth Formula event hosted by myself and Grant Cardone, text WIN to 760-573-2731. I want to publicly say we are so grateful to have this opportunity, and we won't let the veterans down. I'm so thankful that we were in like a really rough spot in our business to where it just got mundane with doing the same thing, and we were just praying for the next level. And then what's crazy about this is we manifested this 2019. Connie said, "Don't be telling people that you getting out of production. Don't be telling people that you're retiring out of real estate. You can't say that. What is it gonna?" And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I said that is because check this out. February 20th, 2023. October of 2019, I said, I am going to retire out of production February 20th, 2023. That message with our partnership with Grant and Elena Cardone came February 21st, 2023, the day after my 45th birthday. I'm going to tell you guys, if you're doing what's right for people, God will show up in places that you will be amazed about. I'm telling you, man. Look, I cannot tell you how many people have been trying to kick us off base, how many people that left our business, how many people, when we got on Clubhouse, people were telling us not to why are you doing Clubhouse? People didn't want to show up. And we had a solid little group that kept continuing to show up and kept supporting us. And then here we are with a partnership, and you guys can be a part of this movement. I'm telling you right now. And for those of you that are here right now, we need more receipts. We need your receipts. We need you to get into the program, graduate from the program, go through the program, get your property, take the cash out, invest in multi-units, structure your business, hire your kids so you could talk about these things. It's not just buying real estate. Okay, this is a lifestyle change.
that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Now let's go through this real quick before. Okay, so here's the deal, Connie. All right, here's the example. We're gonna land with this. Okay, a $500,000 property.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a multi-unit joint VA loan, a veteran and a non-veteran. How much money does the non-veteran have to bring to the table?
So the non-veteran will have to bring $31,250.
Now, is that lower? Is that lower than 20% down for a conventional loan?
Absolutely, because if you think about it, if they do it by themselves, and uh, that 20% is going to be what, $100,000, right? Hold on.
Yep, 100 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So as a non-veteran, would you rather bring $100,000 to the table? And then also, what's the fundamental difference between FHA and conventional loan in regard to cash out refinance?
Well, you can take up to 100%, but then also the beauty of it is there's no mortgage insurance either. So, with, looking at, let's say 12.5% down, when you look at the overall, there's no mortgage insurance. So your cash flow potentially can be even that much greater if you partner with a veteran, just because the financial footprint is going to be that much lower. In addition to just generally speaking, government rates, both FHA and VA are better than conventional. They're typically lower because of the insurance. Because with an FHA, there's mandatory mortgage insurance, and with the VA, the the Veteran Administration is insuring 25% of the project. So that's what also then lowers the risk, which then, can give you a better rate. So overall, overall cash flow will be much better just because the financial footprint of that particular deal is going to be a lot less overall.
So let me recap so you guys got that. All right. So number one, okay, you got lower interest rates, okay, than conventional. Number two, you have 100% cash out refinance after 210 days after the first mortgage payment. Number three, you have the interest rate reduction refinance loan that you can utilize 210 days after the first mortgage payment to cash flow. And the property does not have to appraise at the value. Number four, you put a lower down payment. Number five, you can buy a multi-unit with that. Okay. So it's not, and you can build a multi-unit with the VA home loan benefit without having to pay money. Okay. Until after the closing. So that's the VA construction loan. So guys, we're telling you guys this stuff. And if you guys are interested in learning how to do that stuff, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Grant, Elena, I'm telling you right now, y'all done messed up and let the veterans in the building, man. We are in here, man. Put a fire emoji in the chat, man, if you guys are liking the show. Guys, remember, we do this room every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we drop some nuggets. Listen to me. I'm telling you right now, we are honored to be a part of this movement. If you guys want to be a part of this, text 760-573-2731. Shout out to the 72 people. Look, man, as soon as we get ready to drop down, we got more. Where's all these people coming from? Twitter? Connie, Twitter is lit right now, man. I don't know what's going on. But I want to say that I appreciate everybody for pulling up. The SITREP YouTube channel is live and in color. There's some really good nuggets in there where we structure everything from hiring your kids, building the trust. But if you guys want to learn it from A to Z, join the Veteran Wealth Formula, and we will put you guys on the waiting list for the next question. Any parting remarks, Constance?
No, just, definitely, get on the waiting list. If you want to hear, especially, spouses, we're really excited. We're going to be doing some virtual interviews and really want to capture what your needs are so we know how to serve you. Just really excited. Join the movement. It is a lot of fun, and there's just a lot of great information and a lot of great networking to be done. There's wonderful people who are in our organization, not even just as, agents or mortgage professionals, those who have joined the classes, who've attended the workshops, because you can learn something from everyone. So that's, you want to get proximity is important. You want to make sure that you are locking arms with people who are doing what it is that you want to do, even if you're still trying to figure it out. The more you're around it, the more you hear it, then the more the confidence will be there so that you can, start taking those steps and taking action, because it is all about taking action. We could talk about it all day, but it doesn't mean anything until you start putting one foot in front of the other. And we're definitely here to help you and hold your hand every step of the way.
And our little slogan, own the home you defend, baby.
Yes.
That's been around since day one, right? So we appreciate you guys pulling up. And then, guys, we will see you guys. I think we got some stuff going on tomorrow, right? Okay, again, if you go to anthonysocial.com, you'll be able to see all of our social media platforms, anthonysocial.com. And then also, again, if you guys want to be on a waiting list, text WIN to 760-573-2731. Okay, again, text WIN, like winner, WIN, to 760-573-2731. Thank you guys for pulling up, and we will be talking to you guys soon. Have a great day. Great room, y'all.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.